Have we actually had summer yet? I don't think we have. Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. So recently I'm back on the lawn again. It's time to give it a bit of a feed, but we'll give it a walk over and see where it's at. So last time we were here we cut it about 15 mil with the web and it looked very good. Then I've been in Germany for 4 days, been to the Nürburgring with work. Lots of fun. Seeing lots of race cars, but here we are with the two lawns as it is, which is what we're here to watch, not me talking about my real job. So front lawn looking very green, looking very thick. A couple of poa, I think that's a poa there, yeah. So a bit of a poa plant there coming through, so I have to pull that out, so that's very disappointing, but you're going to get some cross contamination through with the mowers being used. But yeah, some mushrooms coming through as well, so we'll knock them off. A bit of webbing. I mean, anyone know what this stuff is here? We got a bit of cobwebs on. Is it from spiders? I don't think it is. Someone will know. Someone can tell me what's going on. But yeah, we'll have a quick look on the other side as well. Now on this side again, mushrooms coming up. As you can see, it's a sign of a healthy fertile soil. We'll get that all dug up and, well, mowed up and put away. But the concern on this lawn is down in this back corner here. So, bit of a dry spot. Probably a combination of under the trees where it is. It's hard ground. So this is rock solid. Even though we've had a bit of rain in the UK over the last few days. But yeah, it's a bit of an eyesore, that area. And there's probably competing with the roots of the trees, the coverage, and just where it is. You can see here where the cracks in the lawn, but yeah, could do with giving that a good soaking and maybe some sort of wetting agent. So on the wetting agent we could maybe use some baby shampoo. That's something that some people use as a surfactant to try and break it through. We've seen the same thing here again in this area under the tree, so yes, you can see it. No, there we go, point it in the right direction. So there we go, bit of an area there where dehydrated, but the rest of the lawn is looking in reasonable condition, so we'll get them all right because it looks like it's going to start raining very soon. We'll avoid filming everything on the Insta360 because not a lot of people like the fisheye. I didn't like the fisheye, to be honest. Still not found my microphone, so apologies if the sound's terrible on this. I'll try and edit it in the editing suite. But yeah, let's just get it mowed and put some feed on, and we'll go from there. Oh. So backwards, isn't it? So just before we get them all right, we're going to pull this bit of Poa annua out the lawn, show you how it's the most common and favoured way to do it these days, and it is with everyone's favourite kitchen utensil, the trusty garden fork. So, and what we'll also do before we always measure the height. So, garden fork under the root. Now this is nice and easy with it being a sand-based lawn, and it's comes out very easily. So we can get out this horrible, well, I say horrible plant. It's just it's a different colour and it can affect the appearance. So there we've got that full plant out there. And I'm hoping that's the only one on here. A few weeds, but there's nothing on the market in the UK which will get rid of this other than glyphosate. But then if you've got glyphosate, you're risking it killing everything else on the lawn as well. So weed all won't affect it. Reinforced weed killer won't affect it. In America you get the tenacity and stuff like that, but that's not available or legal in the UK, I don't think. But anyway, that's the stuff, the Poa, that you don't really want in your lawn if you try to make it look super. And here we go again. There's another bit here now. Oh dear, you can see by the stem and the plant's being light green, and stalky. I believe it's Power. But yeah, you can see there on the camera. Yeah, so put that down. But yeah, nothing's going to be able to eradicate it in the lawn other than digging the bugger thing out. Now, as you can see, I've started looking and I've seen it everywhere, and I want to get this cut before it rains because it's forecast rain. I got sunburn yesterday, went over the weekend in Germany. But let's have a look. So before I cut on, was it Thursday? It was Wednesday last week, so I went on Thursday morning at crack of dawn. So Wednesday night I cut this at 15mm, and again some of the grass heights around about 20 to 30mm depending on where we're at. I'll brush it up. So 20, so we're growing 5 to 10mm I think on average. Now, one thing that I have used on here, and I might discuss later on, I don't know, we'll see, is a product which some people, they say it's a professional use only. I've asked some questions and it's not, but we'll get to that later on. But we'll get it more first and we'll go from there. So 15mm cut, and it's taken it reasonably well. Stripes aren't defined on the basis that I've swapped them round. So previously I was going up this side and down here, whereas now I'm going down here and up and changing it. So we'll bed that in, and after a few cuts it'll start to come a little bit more sharper, sweeter, slicker. It's threatening to rain, so we're going to try and get some cut on this side, and then hopefully we can get the old fertiliser on it that it's needing. But anyway, let's see if we can get this side done before it chucks it down. August, threatening to rain. But anyway, clippings on this side are a lot longer. You know, it's cut at 15mm, but that's what we're getting before the rain. What's up? Smiling. That's because it's both learning. I'm not sure. Well, you have a look at it and she's smiling. Uh oh! So that's done. Oh, look who's coming to join us. Hunter. Hey, come say hello. Come here. Say hello. Sit down. You're not bothering, are you? At all. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking too bad, is it? To be fair, alternated the stripes so we don't get awkward lateral growth growing and the grass learning to continually grow in that one direction. So again, we swapped up the stripes, so it's not as prominent. It still looks good. Still looks. I mean, Hunter's impressed. Hunter's happy. I keep zooming in when I do it this way. So yeah. We'll get there, but we'll get some feed on it now, because I think before I went away I put some liquids on, didn't I? So I won't do any liquids just yet because I need some more Multurf. I did, and I need some more iron because I've used all that up. So I need to hit up Greencare, use my discount code to get 5% off, and I'll get some Multurf and I'll get some iron, and I think I'm going to get seaweed as well. Also, remember the 2,000 subscribers, so come on, let's get those numbers pushed up, and then we can have someone get some seaweed and some, hopefully, spring summer fertiliser. But we'll see when we get to 2,000, decide what we do there. But yeah, as it is now, it's looking All right, down the bottom, yeah, we need to give that a good soaking. I think I might do a bit of roughing up and overseeding down there when the time comes. But I mean, we're mid-August now, and I think I've said it in previous videos, I prefer to do a full renovation in any renovation in the spring. Why? Because I've got loads of trees and they drop all the bloody leaves down. I mean, look at it now. We're in the middle of August and I'm getting leaves and bits of branches and twigs and stuff like that, so that can cover and harm the seed. But anyway, so that's where we're at now on the front. Took quite a few baskets off. It seemed to be a bit more than what we did when I come back off holiday after post-holiday mow. But again, that comes down to what I used, which was a PGR. Now, plant growth regulators are used in various different instances by councils, by professional turf users and stuff like that. Now, plant growth regulators use some formula to stop top growth and push root growth, so you don't have to mow as much, which is probably why I didn't have to mow as much when I come back from holiday, and I think I've taken a little bit more off here for not mowing for 4 days versus 2 weeks. So I did get some plant growth regulator sample. I did check, apparently you don't need a license for it to use on your home. But someone might point that out, but I've asked a couple of people and they said no, you're fine for using it on your home gardens. If you're going professional, then take care, but obviously you need to be very careful with using this kind of stuff, and I took a lot of precautions with face mask and overalls and all that sort of stuff to try and make sure that I'm protected from these chemicals. But it's worked. People use them all the time to stop and the promoting the top growth but push the roots down, which is something, but I won't be doing that. So it's just a little bit of useful stuff that I've got just in case I do go away, because I do travel a bit for work. I did go away on holiday. I'll be travelling again for work very soon again. So we'll see how the grass is growing and stuff like that. But anyway, that's the plant growth regulator that I used. It was Optimus plant growth regulator. But yeah, anyway, that's enough on that. If you want me to do more on that, or if someone wants to call me out for not using it and report me, do it. I've checked and I believe I can use it. That's why I used it. So anyway, by the by, right, so that's that little bit of a chat on there while I walk around, and hopefully you see my big nose in my face. Hopefully the sound is still quite good, but anyway, let's get some granular fertiliser on now. Okie dokie, I've had a bit of lunch, I've been fed, now it's time to feed the lawn. So what we're going to use again is the standard stuff that I love, the Angus Amenity Spring Summer 1044 fertiliser. Scoop. Right, so many reasons why I use this. One, I think it's a good product because I've had good results when I tried it. Like, was it last year when I first used it? Whenever I first tried it, I thought, wow, this works, and it has been working for me on the back lawn when I've used it on there, and then on these front lawns ever since starting shopping at Greencurve and using the products that they supply. Number two, there's no weed killer in it, so a lot of people on the Facebook groups, it seems, go for Miracle Grow 4-in-1, the evergreen stuff. It's not a bad product. It's it's a cheap stuff. If it's someone who's just wants to get a greener lawn, yeah, use that sort of stuff. But you do have to weigh the pros and cons with it, because it has very high nitrogen, because it will give it that greenness in your lawn and work very well. It's got the iron in it, but that iron will stain the lawn, not the lawn, the patios if you get on there, so you have to be careful about that. There's a lot of people that have been burning the lawns with it because it's that potent if they've not applied it properly. And yeah, with the weed killer in it, yeah, great, you'll kill your weeds, so you get the 4-in-1 there. But by using that fertiliser, it stops you from overseeding for about 12 weeks, which if you're applying it now, you tend to renovate in September time and add some seed and try to thicken up the lawn and do a bit of a renovation. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare if you put in Den 4-in-1. This stuff, you'll be fine. It'll last for about 8 weeks. I think it's about 7 weeks since I last applied it. So going on there to give the lawn a bit of a kick, and then if I do want to put any seed down anywhere, it's not going to harm it, and there'll be remnants of the fertiliser, the feed in the lawn from the new seed to take up in around about 5 weeks time if I go ahead and do that. But on that side, I'm going to go 50 grams per square metre again, using the old
rotary spreader today because of the lines and the issues that we had last time. I have washed out the drop spreader, and I'm going to be using the drop spreader on the small lawn. But this is on setting 27, and I'm going to put 8 kilos into it to cover 160 square meters that we've got. There we go, and that will be 8 kilos inside the Miracle-Gro drop spreader. And we'll go spread it on the lawn as we usually do. So setting 27, I've set on there, and that will open up the little hatch and we'll get it on the lawn. And it's supposed to rain later on today as well, so it's perfect timing again. Oof, that's my face right in the camera, to get it on, because less watering will be required. So watch me push this little green basket about my grass. So we've got a little bit left as usual. Let's weigh it out and then we can see how much we've actually applied. So it was going on at 50 grams per metre squared. That was the calculation. We've got left, what, 1.2. I know it says 400, but the ground that's 200-ish. So yeah, 1.2. So we've put 6.8 kilos down there, which will work out around about what, 45 grams per square metre, which is good enough. It's higher than the normal rate of 35, so we'll have a good result on that. But anyway, we can use that on the small lawn. So now to use the Scotts drop spreader on the small lawn, going on at the same rate, around about 50 grams I've measured out, or about 35 square metres, which works out to be 1.75 kilos. So I'll put that in there. I've given it a good clean, so it should all come out nicely, and if there was any issues with this last time I used it, should mitigate those on this process. But yeah, we'll get this on there. We'll use the drop spreader, evenly fill it. We've got it on setting number 6 on there, so that should give us a lovely coverage across the lawn. So let's go.
So you're going to trust me that I just put it down there at 50 grams. I went over twice with that spreader. Dipstick here, forgot to press record on the hyperlapse. But anyway, I've applied it. I think we might be able to see here the yeah, you can see the tracks from the spreader. So as I mentioned before, we're hoping for a little bit of rain. Oh, the neighbours have got some spotlights on the side of the house. Look lovely. Yeah, some rain today. It's supposed to forecast. Well, it's forecasted a bit of a downpour, which will be perfect, and it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. If not, we'll get the water on to wash it all in and break it down so the plant can start utilising the stuff that's there. I'm not putting any liquids on today because I did it last Thursday, I think. So hopefully this, you know, the NPK in the 10 for the spring summer with the calcium and magnesium will give it again a bit of a green up and a boost. But I think we can see, if we look closely, can we see here? I sped it up a bit over the weekend, but you can see there's some bits of dead material in there. So I will be, I think, this weekend, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, and yeah, I'm going to go on with the Scarify unless I can get hold of a verticutter. Verticutter will be better to give it a groom. But I've not got one, and I'm not in the position to buy one yet because we've just been on the phone to the mortgage advisors. That's coming up soon. Expensive times. But yeah, we'll give it a blast with the old Bosch AVR, which is a verticutter, but it's not just. It needs a groom rather than a light Scarify. But on that, I think this is the status of the lawn at the minute. It's looking pretty good. Everyone's commenting on it. We had a couple of comments from the neighbours just before saying it's looking good. Post lady, she said it's looking good as well. So yeah, thanks to everyone who comments, likes, subscribes, all that jazz. It's all good fun. Like I say, if we get to 2,000, we'll do a prize draw, get some fertiliser and some seaweed out to people from Green Care. I'll order it from them and send it directly to your house. We'll sort something out. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you want to subscribe, appreciate every one of you. And Real Mowing Club discount code for 5% off at Green Care. And on that, that's my lawn, that's me. Thank you for watching. I'll be the same. Timing is everything. Saving that water bill. See what it's like in a couple of days. Be the same.